Welcome to the Judgment Free Zone. You've downloaded the Alcohol-Free Marriage and More podcast with Matt and Amy, recorded live from the cornfields of Central Illinois. Welcome to episode 76 for February 5th, 2024.
Well, hello there, children. Welcome back to your weekly freak show that is the Alcohol-Free Marriage and More podcast. I am Matt, along with the always lovely and club sodaing it up Coach Amy. How are you, my love?
I am absolutely fabulous.
Do you know how much work it takes for me every week to come up with a new way to introduce you? I have to literally just come up with something on the fly.
It sounds the same every week.
No. I'm Matt, along with the always lovely and doing something else, fill in the blank, poofy hair.
Oh, poofy hair to this today.
Delayed
You
person
guys-
getting to the podcast.
Yes.
Static in hair is a challenge, isn't it, Amy? Not that I would know, but...
Static. Yes.
I'm going to preface this podcast by saying you should tune in to the YouTubes for it because
Yes.
we're going to have some awesome, as the kids call it, our haul from our recent trip. So
We had a haul.
if you're just starting the podcast, click that link to the YouTube down there in the description. Jump over there so you can see all the beautiful imagery of the place that we went that we'll
Yes.
tell you about in a minute.
But remember to like, subscribe to this podcast, even go out, even if you don't watch us on YouTube, please still go out and subscribe to it.
Because the YouTube likes that.
All of the different avenues. We're on Spotify, we're on Apple, where else? YouTube?
Everywhere podcasts are found, Amy.
Everywhere. Yes. If you are listening to us, please just go out and like us.
There you go.
Give us a little review.
And while you're on the internet,
Share the love.
as you'll find yourself, don't forget to check out jointheirside.com where you can download our Beyond Spirits 7 tips to start your AF journey.
Yes.
Coach Amy will hook you up.
Yes, I will.
And don't forget to check out our buddy Derek and the
Yes.
Mocktail Whiz and his Mocktail Club book. And we gave it away. Thank you, everybody who participated or submitted or participated.
Yes, thank you so much. And the winner is...
I probably have a sound effect if I'd looked, but hold on. Do I have an actual sound effect? Best I got is mute. Here. You ready for this?
Yeah.
That's all I got. I think it used to have a room.
So I have reached out to our winner. I'm not going to give your last name, but it's Susan K. And I sent you an email. So if you could please send me your address.
So we can look up your address.
I will send this over to you hopefully this week. So very
If
excited.
you didn't win
Yep.
this time,
But you
sorry.
never
There'll be
know.
we may have something else to give away in the future.
Maybe we'll
We
have something
we have friends.
new.
We have friends.
But
So anyway, that's awesome. And it's funny, Amy, as you're a non-drinker, and I think we've talked about this before. How when we quit drinking, and before we kind of got a little heavier into the mocktail world, like we cleaned out cabinets. We don't need this
gosh,
bar
yeah.
gear. We don't need that bar. We don't drink. We don't need this bar stuff.
we don't need all these. We don't need martini glasses. We don't need
shakers and
this.
stirs and blah
We
blah
don't
blah.
need. Well, we did keep the shaker though.
That's the only thing we kept. Ironically, I don't know why, but anyway. And then you start hanging with guys like Derek for the Mocktail Whiz and going to these different events and learning to make different drinks and wanting to make drinks. And we do your 5 o'clock happy hour for your
Yes.
alcohol-free spirit group every
Yes.
Friday. And a lot of times we're mixing drinks in that. And we're like, we have like a crappy shot glass. We have a crappy mix. It's like, so we actually, ironically, bought a bar kit.
I know.
I'm
I'm
like-
laughing.
I'm like,
I think we probably were given one years ago, and I'm pretty sure that that's what we gave away because I
yeah.
remember having the little the jigger that has you flip
flip
it over and
1
has
ounce, 2
different.
ounce.
Yep. I remember some of the straining things, and I'm like, who uses this?
no. Well, we never did.
Well, people who actually
When
like to
you're-
make crafted cocktails.
But when you're actively drinking, you're not really making crafted cocktails. I pour gin, pour tonic, go drink. That's all I did. I didn't need to shake it or get fancy
No?
with it. If I was lucky, I had a lime in it, but that was pretty,
Yeah, so we're going to be getting our bar kit this week. Maybe we'll do an unveiling for everybody. We'll an unboxing.
Unboxing, Amy. Come on, get with the lingo.
So
Get with
funny
the
though.
lingo.
Yeah, so I think that's kind of funny. I do want to get some. One thing I don't think it had. I do want to get some little spears so that we can if you want to put like some little fruit or something.
I don't know if this kit came.
I don't
when you go
think it
on,
does,
When you go looking
but-
at bar kits, like someone like a 48-piece kit, and they're sort of like first aid kits when you buy them. It's like 100 pieces, and it's like 65 Band-Aids, I think a Neosporin, and like 12 pairs of gloves. And it's like this weird combo. And so like a lot of them were like these multi-piece kits, and I'm like, well, we won't use that. We won't use that. Here's all these stoppers, and I don't need the little pour spout things.
It'll be interesting to see what it looks like because it came with a little stand. And I'm laughing because I think we're actually going to set up a little bar off our dining room.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Based on all the things, because now we actually have
all the things.
A liquor cabinet that actually has stuff.
No, it has no liquor in it.
Oh, no. Yes. An NA liquor cabinet.
It's an NA liquor cabinet. I don't know what you...
Spirits.
A spirit.
A spirits cabinet.
A spiritless cabinet.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
A spiritless.
Here's a spiritless bar.
Just, like beyond spirits, like our little...
There you go. See? So anyway.
Our guide.
So there you go. So don't be ashamed if you quit drinking. If you do quit drinking, keep your bar kit. You may find that you still use it. You may actually, like us, use it more.
Absolutely.
If you have an extra bar kit, we'll take it too, I guess.
No,
we don't need another one.
Because we're going to be starting to do something in the future about like doing some...
Get rid of stuff.
Getting rid of some
So we don't
things.
need to get more of your stuff, people.
Yes.
Amy, let's do your drink of the week, which plays right into our adventure yesterday.
Yes.
What is your fun drink and pro tip that goes with that drink?
So mine is, it's club soda, lime, and this new little product that we found called Brella.
Brella drops.
You put Bella drops,
but
it's Brella. It's Brella drops. It's a company out of Chicago or somewhere, right?
I don't know. It's
in Illinois. It's Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. So it's a company out of Chicago, but we're really excited about it because like we have a big event coming up that you're going to be taking pictures. I mean, I can even say, it's a gala here in McLean County, and I know from years past, maybe I will be pleasantly surprised. Maybe there will be some NA options other than just water and pop and tea. Yes, we do.
No,
here you go.
Coffee too.
And coffee, which I like all of the above.
Right.
However, when you go to an event like this, you want to have something sparkly and something fun. And so these Brella drops, you just order.
To back up, Brella drops are called Brella cocktail drops.
Yes.
So it has like the Moscow Mule and a mimosa and a Bellini, a mojito, an aperitif.
Yes.
The tiki, then you have a couple that we got from Generation NA in Indiana, and it's a collab. Then you only get from them.
Yes, and it's a mango.
Yeah, the mango.
So good.
So the thing you like is like the pro tip we got was you go to an event like that. Ladies, throw in your purse, guys, throw in your coat, jacket, whatever. You just they don't have anything. Get a club soda and lime, and just go and just make it.
Just put in a few little drops in there and mix it up. And because it's 0 sugar, it's vegan, it's gluten free and 0 calories. Yep. So it's a light and refreshing. It just has a nice little flavor.
Yep.
And they have new flavors coming. It says find us in stores. So hopefully,
it doesn't look like from their website that you can't order on their website, I guess.
Yeah, it says order now, and so they've got some new
it's $10 a bottle, but they're like 15. The guy we were talking with said she can get 20 drinks out of it. Just depends, I guess, on how strong you're wanting to make your flavor.
Oh, I didn't read that they have a variety pack.
Yeah, so go to BrellaDrops.com if you need it.
And there's new flavors coming. I'm
excited. To quote Lauren from Generation NA, they came in clutch, and I totally think that would come in clutch.
Here's interesting. When I'm looking at their new flavors that they have coming, there's 2 of them that are champagne drops.
Well, because you already have the bubbles of like a club soda, so you're halfway there.
There's a mimosa one, a Bellini one. And then they have coming soon in the cocktail drops, the mule and a mojito.
There you go.
Both of which I love.
If they're as good as the ones we tried.
I mean, I'm thinking I'm so excited about this. Get a couple of these to take with you on vacation.
Oh, yeah. Well,
or
like I said, Lauren and Generation NA, that she went on a trip going through like Canada and stuff. And she's like, I didn't know what I'd get. And you can only haul so much stuff, when you're going on a road trip. So she just had those, and if she got somewhere where they didn't have any options, then
no problem.
I'll make my own cocktail right here. Bloop, done.
Yeah, so I'm excited. Hopefully, I'm gonna see if we can reach out. Maybe we can get the makers of Umbrella maybe on the show.
100%.
So good.
Mine, I am super psyched about.
I know you are so excited.
So Tanqueray makes a 0.0 gin.
You've been waiting for this like for a year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I found it originally, and you could only get it if you ordered it from England.
Yeah.
Which was going to be like $50 in shipping alone. It was going to be like $90 to get one bottle. I'm like, I really want to try it, but $90. I'm like,
it's a lot.
It's a lot. You can order it from Canada, shipped to here, but it's still $28.
Yes.
But we went to Generation NA this weekend in Indiana, and I just bought it myself, free shipping. Well, I drove there, but still.
But still, we figured it's still less.
It was still,
especially in my vehicle.
I could buy 2 bottles, and because they charge a little bit more because they ship it in, they own it, and it's still cheaper than if I ordered it shipped. So
I know.
So that Tanqueray 0.0 and Tonic, as I've said before, NA spirits don't hold up. They're kind of, it's hard to mimic a spirit because they're mainly alcohol, right? But the Tanqueray is the closest, and it's really good. It has that. You
were so
juniper.
happy.
Oh my gosh! I'm like, I've been trying.
You're just sitting there smiling like a little kid.
Because I've tried them before. I'm like, I just gave up. I'm like, yeah, these just don't hit the mark. Don't hit the mark. That one.
Well, and it's hard because you buy this bottle of spirits, and you're like, okay, this could be a hit or miss. So a lot of times you just don't buy it because you don't want to make a mistake.
Right. Well, and that.
So that will lead us.
That leads. Thank you for the transition. That would have been great if you hadn't mentioned it. Yesterday, we went took a little 2-hour jaunt over to Lafayette, Indiana, where Generation NA was stood up by.
It's their home. I feel like it's like a new hometown for us.
Oh, geez, yeah. Well, it is a college town like here. So, so Generation NA was started about a year ago, I think.
I think so.
Yeah. But it is a non-alcoholic
bottle shop.
They have spirits, they have wines, they have
a few beers on tap.
Yeah, they have beers on tap. They have a collab beer.
Yeah.
They have obviously tons of canned beer. They have beers at like 1 or 2 places in the country that you can find it. I mean, we were there for, I don't know, hour and a half maybe?
In the morning when we got there, and then we went and had lunch, and then Rob, the owner, wasn't there when we were there in the morning.
Yep.
She said, oh, his daughter's got a basketball game, so come back if you can. He'll be here around 3. And we're like, okay, hey, we'll stop back in. And he was there, and it was just fun. We got to chat a little bit with them again.
Right.
They were doing a, I think was it the first time they were having music?
No, they've had music.
Oh, they've had music.
They have entertainment on the weekends. Like,
oh, yeah.
It's not a very big place, so.
It's a tiny place.
But jam-packed.
It's jam-packed with lots of stuff, and.
So the first thing we got to do when first off, you get in there, and I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, I know.
Like I could have spent all day there. I could have just.
Because everything is for us.
Yes. It's, everybody, the favorite word of the day is like inclusivity, right? And I feel like sometimes we're, non-drinkers are like the least included people in the world.
Well, and it's gotten so much better. I mean, i.e., if we go to Benny's here in town,
they have way more.
And even our favorite Hy-Vee, because they've done really well, like on keeping things. But if you go into
the people
Benny's, you're looking, you're like, okay, where's it at? And you're just surrounded by the ethanol.
But if you go into a Benny's or a grocery, those people don't know about the product.
No. They don't care.
No, they're not in that world. They don't. Because Rob wasn't there when we went, so Lauren helped us out. She knew everything about everything.
Yes.
And what mixing things, and it was like
very knowledgeable. And I feel bad because I cannot remember the other gal her name.
I don't remember.
She was super sweet too. But very helpful.
And the first thing we did, because Amy, your point about you buy a bottle and you don't know if you're gonna like it, and these bottles are between $35, $45, and what you're buying $30, which is a lot of money if you're just gonna pour it down the drain. We did a rum tasting.
Yes.
Which is
weird,
but it's
because there is no way, like I said, you would never be able to sit down. I guess you could, but your tasting would be so small, to just taste. But this was like we had 5 shots.
Yeah, we had 5.
You would not be able to do that
with regular alcohol.
Yeah, and so
we had 5 shots and a beer with lunch, and still drove home because it was all non-alcoholic.
Yeah, and woke up this morning feeling
it was
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there's such great people. So if you go to you can go to zeroproofnation.com. They actually list all the NA bottle retailers that they know of anyway around the country. So find one that might be near you. If you live near Lafayette, Indiana, go to Generation NA. But yeah, the flight tasting was great, and they give you a little thing where you can take down notes.
Yeah, we did. We took down notes. You got, and then they have a little bonus so that you can get like a little discount off of a bottle of whatever they're sampling.
Because we did buy the Monday rum, and Monday does a pretty decent gin.
I thought Mondays was better than the Captain Morgan.
Captain was good.
It was fine.
If you liked Captain, you may like this.
Yeah, but
I
really liked
Mondays was really good.
It was
if
good.
you like rum or you want to make a rum drink.
I'm really looking forward to making.
Yes, we haven't cracked that one open yet. The ish was not
The ish was not good.
Nobody liked the ish.
No one did.
It's kind of a chemical thing.
Yeah,
so
it didn't have a good flavor.
Yeah,
I can't remember the other one.
Ritual was in there. Ritual is always a good one.
It was good, but the Monday was so good.
So on. We should have finished with that one because it was so good. Everything was downhill from that.
Yeah, but that was fun to do.
Yes.
And then we got to taste. What is it? What's the one that we've never had because it came? What's the seltzer? The hard seltzer. That is no longer that they came out with.
No. The White Claw. The NA
White Claw.
The NA White Claw.
So I had never had a White Claw.
No.
Never had a White Claw, and so White Claw has come out with their own seltzer.
Which was better. We tried the Stem as a brand of seltzer that makes like zero and then a.
I was really like White Claw was really good.
Yeah,
it was, and I guess they've actually bumped up or whatever. Like they went and exceeded the challenge, I guess.
Yeah,
and it's very good.
I said it. I don't know when people drink White Claw, but I felt like more like a concert drink or on the boat or the beach type thing or summer.
Honestly, I don't think I'll buy White Claw. I thought it was good if I'm somewhere and they have it and that was an option for me.
If they sold it in a smaller pack. The problem is they sold like a 12-pack or something.
Yes, but if they had that as an option, if I went somewhere and that was an option at a bar, I would order that.
Yep.
It was very good. But if I'm going to do a Spindrift or something like that, I'm going to buy a Spindrift because honestly, it's pretty pricey.
That's where I struggle with the NA sparkling drinks. It's like, well, that really is just like sparkling water.
Well, now since I have the Brella drops, oh my gosh.
You can make anything taste like it. That's a good point. That's a good point.
And bottle of club soda is pretty inexpensive.
And they also have like a section of nootropic ones. So if you like drinks that like L-theanine in it or GABA or CBD and all kinds of stuff. So
I had a Shirley Hempel.
The Shirley Hempel. Yeah. You're so funny. You took this little like a thimble-sized drink and you're like, could I feel something? I'm like, off of that? Not very likely. But I do think, playing off of that, I think,
I felt very warm after having the rum.
I think it's
But you said there was something in it that...
Well, yeah, the capsaicin, that gives it a little bit of spice. But I do think there's... Being in that environment...
It was so much fun.
Around people who are, like-minded, who celebrate, sobriety or non-alcoholic drinks and are so welcoming, and you feel like, I think you put it like, I can interact with quote unquote alcohol, but it's not alcohol, the way I wanted to when I was drinking. Mm-hmm. And you do, I think there's a certain level of almost like euphoria you get because you're so happy to be in an inclusive place, drinking things that you liked when you were drinking without the, as she even said,
ethanol.
It's all the great stuff without the ethanol. We just don't sell ethanol here.
Yeah. And I think the other thing is I felt like this, as you said, had this natural high. But you do feel this upper energy.
Oh yeah.
You feel this vibe because Rob puts off a vibe.
Yeah,
Lauren puts off an awesome vibe.
Yeah.
And it's just such a really cool opportunity to go in and talk about like, okay, I like this drink. This is why I like it. And really talking about the flavors and everything that's in it.
Yeah. Or do this or, because you even pointed out like a lot of wines benefit from like dropping in the NA wines benefit from dropping like in all the bitter, aromatic bitters. She actually did find one. I forget the brand. She goes,
Odd Bird.
Was that Odd Bird?
Did they have that there?
I didn't look. I didn't notice, but
I didn't see it either, but because that is something that I want to try.
But that's a great, like, to your point, the White Claw, right? Like, I'm not gonna buy a 12-pack. I probably wouldn't have even bought a can just to try it. But they're like, if you're interested, like, oh, hey, well, yeah, you want to try it? Well, let's try one. And they'll once, depending on what you're looking at, they'll open one. And
we were able to try
a lot of stuff.
Several things. It was really good. We have a picture that Matt is going to post
of our haul, as the kids say.
Our haul, bruh. And
because most of it, I mean, you can build your own 6-pack. So you buy a 6-pack of all the same stuff. We each kind of went around like we were trick or treating with our own little. I think we did 3 6-packs plus 2 bottles plus I think an extra can plus the Brellas. We spent a couple dollars. And Lauren was so funny. We were talking about, is it cheaper to drink or not drink? And
it's way more expensive.
She goes, I spend way more because where she used to drink was kind of like, kind of a low rent bar kind of place. And being a younger girl, like, she never paid for drinks. People just bought her drinks. So I go, I never had to buy a drink. So now I have to buy drinks.
Well, I think, but again, with this, like, if you see this picture that Matt's going to be putting up, we do not drink like we used to. So we did spend some bank, but we're going to be sampling these over the next several weeks. And
but I would argue if you did,
everybody.
But you could have spent the same amount on an alcoholic version of all of that stuff. I mean, some of it is a premium, I suppose, but I would have drank if that was a real bottle of Tanqueray. I would have drank half of it last night, and I drank one. So, it's going to last me way longer than a real bottle would have.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I was gonna. Okay.
What's hidden under your computer?
No, I wanted to talk about. Let me see if you've mentioned.
But they not seen anything. Oh, but they have like all arcade games. But they do.
Yes.
Yeah, they do different tastings each weekend. I forget. They did, I think they did Umbrella tasting on Friday, maybe before we were there. But just to be able to try things and some stuff we like, some stuff we don't like, and then when we went next door to go to lunch. That's the same place, the brewery, where they have a partnership with. They did a collab. So you actually get a draft NA beer, which is the first time I've ever had a draft NA beer at a place where I could get food, like a restaurant. So I've had draft at Go Brewing, which if you want to try Go Brewing, check out the link in our description. Get $5 off your first order. But that was great, too. Like, that just kind of rounded out the whole experience, to have a great lunch and a craft draft non-alcoholic beer. So that was nice too. Coach Amy, are we moving on?
I am trying to find a story.
That's okay. We can talk about it next time. That's all right. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So let's move on. So anyway, we're talking to Rob. We're gonna have Rob on from Generation NA.
Yeah, we're gonna get that set up. Yeah. He is such a great guy.
He has a great story. He's only quit drinking about 3 years ago, like myself.
I think he's 3 years.
He started the group as like a side hustle.
And his musician, who was going to be there, was there last night. Was at 4 years, so I'm at 4, almost at 4 next month.
And he has a business, and this was a side hustle, but it's like gotten a little bigger than I think he had anticipated for us. A little more successful than he had thought it would be.
As he even talked about, like, we asked about shipping and that, and quite honestly, no, they don't ship. And why? Because he doesn't have time.
Yeah.
And so if you are in, I would say, 2 to 3 hour radius, and
probably
you're going to be going to Lafayette. It is the home of Purdue University. Maybe not at this time of the year, but we still went over and had a really good time. But I know that there's probably more things to do. They have a farmer's market that goes down there
in the summers,
down their main street and that. So I think there'll be things. I know we're going to go back.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Definitely going to take the pooch.
Yeah, they are dog friendly. They have dog treats and everything. So
does it make it wrong that I want to move there now?
Just because of the bottle shop?
Because then we would have people that we could hang out with. We could meet people.
I told you the taxes we'd save would be made up by the expenses we'd put into Generation NA. So it'd be cheaper price to build our own Generation NA here.
It was just a lot of fun. And so I would encourage you, if you live near an NA bottle shop, go check them out.
Yep.
Support them.
Yeah.
Support them. This is a real thing that's happening. We're a part of it. It is. You do not have to have a rock bottom to choose to live a life without alcohol and to live your best life and really thrive.
And I have a lot of friends who, when we post about this stuff, or who drink still, appreciate the sharing of options for nights that they don't want to drink as much, or
Absolutely. It is not just about, like, when we were at their shop, they were showing me, well, here's the stuff with nootropics, here's without the extra stuff. Yep. This is kind of our mom's area, like pregnant moms. They're like, no, here, come over here. That would still be mine, because whenever I seem to have something in it, I always kind of...
Not so much.
It doesn't...
I don't know. Yeah, you're very sensitive.
I am a sensitive flower.
Yes. But we're going to have Rob on, tell his story, and learn more about Generation NA. But
can't wait.
Yeah, if you're anywhere nearby or passing through, definitely.
For us, it's 2 hours east.
I only have 2. We only have like 4 cans of the one from England, so got to make those special. I don't know how to make them more special, but
I know, because he's one of 2 places that carries a couple of brands in the United States. So that's
the Lucky Charms one is hilarious.
Oh my gosh,
we'll throw that up there too. So, but
we are excited.
All right, kids. We're gonna touch a little bit on the more piece. We're gonna talk about a marriage thing that Coach Amy and I are trying to work on. It's always good to work on your marriage, Amy. Your marriage and my marriage.
Since we are in the process of becoming marriage coaches.
Yes. And we're still, I think I would argue, learning to be empty nesters.
We're on that 2.0 lifestyle.
Yes. We're early 2.0, beta 2.0, I'd call it maybe. But one of the things we've learned, we did it once. We're trying to get into the habit of doing it weekly.
Yes. No, we've done it twice now. We did it today.
Now we've done it twice.
Well, we're trying to incorporate in a marriage meeting.
And it's supposed to be a weekly marriage meeting, hence the doing it more than twice.
And honestly, I know that we used to do this when the kids were younger. It was not as structured, but we would say, okay, what do we got going on this week? Okay, right. this night. Yeah. We've got to go here. The kids are doing this. But as kids age and they no longer do that, and you only have to be at certain places, especially once they start driving. You don't have to keep track of it as much.
And in some ways, it's almost harder to keep track of our schedules now because we don't have the kids' schedule which pretty much drove the schedule.
Yeah, to pull us. You're right, to drive the schedule. Like, okay, how are we going to work around this?
Yeah, now it's more your schedule, my schedule.
Now we don't have that. We don't have that workaround. Now it's just you and me, and it's like,
oh wait, are we doing something?
Are we connecting here? And so this is all about really connecting with your spouse, your partner. And I would say even this is where we're going to build more intimacy. Just, personally. Like, okay, what's going on?
I mean, worst case, you're just spending 30 minutes to an hour. I don't know how long we spent on ours, to be honest.
It wasn't that long.
It's basically over breakfast this morning. But it provides that connectivity, that touch point. So you can find a lot of templates online about weekly marriage meetings.
We'll put something out there, but maybe not this week. But we'll work on something.
Yes. But so it's again, a lot of templates. Ours start with an appreciation. So one thing I appreciate about you is, and then you go to one thing that's weighing heavy on me. Mm-hmm. So I appreciate you for this, and here's something that's concerning me about the time we're in, whatever.
Yes. And in both of those, like the appreciation, something that's weighing me down, there is a safe conversation where you can there's basically a template, a script that you can use and follow and go through that with each other. Which
in some ways actually makes it a little more fun because
I laugh
because it's not the way you really talk. So we sort of have fun with it a little bit. I mean, it's good to
I think the good thing about it really is that when one person is talking, the other one is listening intently.
Because there's that feedback loop of you say something, then I'm supposed to say,
you repeat
what I heard
back.
you say is this.
So like today, I expressed how I appreciate how you really do handle the meals for us.
And though I would say, what I hear you saying is you appreciate when I cook for you. But you went deeper than that. But yeah.
Yes, but on that. And then your share was that you appreciated some of the things that I was doing, like making sure all the bathrooms were cleaned,
Cleaning the stove.
I
do all
for
the cooking,
you.
and I'm like, oh, they have to clean. So you
and
clean
then
the stove.
like the just certain things like, okay, I see that you're doing that, and just acknowledging it, because it's not something that it's new
No.
I'm doing,
No.
but it's that acknowledging it, because
Right.
you've been cooking the meals for us for a long time.
But it also makes you slow down and like think, oh, what have I thought about?
And how can I help with that?
Right.
Like, how can I be a part of this? Because some days I can't, because
Right.
I'm like, you're doing prep and everything, and I'm basically getting ready to go to a coaching call.
Which that weighing heavy thing question could be, and it doesn't have to be that deep. It could just be where you need help this week, right? Like, hey, this week I know and our coaches, Mark and Jill, use the idea of like, I have a lot going on, so if you could do this for me, or if you could, example, you could cook a meal, or if we could skip this, or, whatever. It gives you a chance to kind of, we kind of looked at a week, and then a little bit into the next week if topics came up.
And the plan would be, an overall plan we could like look at the month.
Right.
Sit down, let's schedule out the month, like, or at least get on a calendar, the big items and everything.
Right.
This is what I want to do. This is what you want to do. And then, as you're going through this, like I really like one thing. Did you already mention the one thing I'm excited about?
No.
Okay. Like, looking forward and sharing, you know what, I'm really excited about this is coming on, or this is what happened this last week.
Right.
And, it really does bring you together.
Yeah. It's more of a marriage conversation with some planning involved, right? Versus just, let's sit down, look at our calendars, move along. Right.
Yep.
The calendars, I laugh because I am the tech nerd of the house. I'm like, oh, what? And I had already gone analog landed on an analog solution before, but I started thinking, oh, we could sync our digital calendars. We can get one of those Echo screens that could sync the calendar. Da, da, da.
You always go the tech way.
I'm like, you know what? I feel like that's too much. So we literally just bought a calendar. It's a whiteboard calendar that's going on the fridge, and it has the month, and then each week or week, the current week below it. And I'm like, the nice thing is you just walk by, write something down, or erase it, or change it, or look at it, and you don't have to worry, because we have way too many. Like, my work calendar won't sync at all.
Well, I used to have, when the kids were in school, I had my calendar that I had it all written down and everything. Again, though, that kind of went away. And then I was using my calendar on my phone all the time, and then I would have my own digital list. And what I found from using that I feel like I remember things better when I write it down. So having that written,
well, and this is sort of like
calendar,
our couples calendar of like big things that the other, like if you start syncing digital calendars, you get way too much noise. There's like, well, you don't need to know that. You don't.
Yeah, I don't want that.
This filters out the noise. It's even, it's like AM, PM. It's kind of like we're looking at. It's like, oh, this is in morning, or we're able to look at like, let's go to the gym these days and other things. So
yeah,
if digital works for you, cool. But I think in our world with all the different calendars, analog was kind of the way to go.
And then also there is you need to plan for a daily connection. That could just be like going for a walk. For us, we've already kind of figured that out, that it'll either be be both. Walk, going to the Y. We've got that already scheduled down, the 3 days we're going to be going. Yep. The other 2 days we'll be walking, and as it gets nicer, I know you and I'll be walking more together. Right. And then also on the off days, we're going to work on,
coaching stuff
and that. So that's really going to get us more connected. I guess.
If you want your daily connection, you can cheat and just the other item on the list is you plan for love making. So that could be your daily connection.
You're so funny. I love how you say that. I was just going to say, I wrote it on my calendar. Sex.
I'm like, oh, sex. I put a heart on mine.
Nah, I just put it on there.
Married people having sex? No way.
But you need to talk about it. Like, okay, we're going to schedule this in. And we've done that, though, on and off for a long time.
Yeah.
We really have, especially when the kids were younger.
Well, right. Yeah.
But if you don't schedule it, it probably isn't going to happen. And the whole societal norms of that, it's just supposed to happen spontaneously. What did I say? Spontaneously, yes. But it's just supposed to happen. Oh, I'm just going to fall into your arms.
Yeah, when I was 23 and we were just dating, sure. Now that I'm 50 and we've been together 25 years, you know.
I'm tired.
We barely make it through those creative idea books.
And then you want to plan a date night.
Yeah.
So plan a date night. Yesterday was a date day, and it was awesome.
Yep.
And I think what the goal is to do, what is it? A couple of week, a couple of month. And then, they're also supposed to have, you also want to plan for like something bigger, like I've heard from different experts, like every 90 days, do something.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a cadence of like a dinner,
daily,
like a lunch date every week, like an overnight once a quarter, once a quarter, and then like a longer trip once a year or something like that.
So, and we're trying to, we're going to be celebrating our 25th anniversary this fall. And so we're trying to kind of figure out some kind of trip.
So we reached out to our travel agent, Main Street Travel, Jana. Check her out. She's amazing. And she's going to coach us through where we want to go maybe. So
yeah, I'm excited about that.
Yes.
But so just remember to have a weekly marriage meeting.
It is super helpful, especially if you remember to do it every week and not like once a quarter. I think is a pace we're on. So
true.
See,
but
all right,
intention,
yes.
carrying
it's
through.
It's less about the script. It's more about consistency and intention.
Write it down. Carry out that action.
Yeah, and don't worry about the Joneses, kids. That's all I gotta say. You know
what? Do not.
No.
And final thought on that. Do not compare your real life to somebody else's highlight reel on
Whether
Instagram.
that's quitting alcohol or your marriage or whatever it is. You know what? You don't
focus
know
on
whether they show a happy marriage is not really happy on Instagram, or they show that they're loving their alcohol when really they're dying inside.
Yeah.
You know what? Just to remember, Instagram is not reality, kids. So.
And if you need any help, reach out to Matt and I. If you're interested in doing anything with any type of coaching, whether it's alcohol freedom, marriage. I'm going to be starting to be talking a lot more about positive intelligence coaching.
Yep.
So reach out to us on any of those.
Amy at jointheotherSide.com. We'll probably be looking for a discount couple who wants to be our guinea pig to
maybe a few.
Yeah, so you may get an opportunity to get some free, albeit questionable coaching.
I think it'll be amazing.
It'll be amazing
coaching.
We'll just be learning together. So,
yeah.
All right, kids, well, that's it for us for this week. Wishing you peace and love from the cornfields. I am Matt along with Coach Amy, and we are
out.